was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Sure. Yeah, we would definitely
what would you do to make it all?
It was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
On here shortly, but nonetheless, we do got Haas here in what is he streaming in. Haas, how's it going, man?
Great, Harrison. How you doing? What's up, DP?
Haas, can you hear us?
I'm probably gonna have to dial in. Sorry, it's a lag.
Yep. Okay, that's no problem. You know what? We will just have to dial you in, Haas. I'll go ahead and let you go, and then if you just want to call in, we'll get you in here.
And put his picture up there.
Yep, we'll get the graphic up.
You got to do that. There are a couple of things to talk about until Haas gets back. As a matter of fact, I think from a development standpoint, it's a great conversation to have with Haas. Haas is a coach, and Haas. So as coaches, and Haas and I were on the same staff, but we had different responsibilities and we had different approaches. Haas was a X and O philosophy guy, whereas I was an energy guy. And in that development, sometimes we were covering different parts of the team. And watching the NBA draft, I'm curious to ask Haas his thoughts. We asked Rock Lloyd his thoughts on that difference between international level development, elite level development, and college basketball development. Again, the best players in college basketball weren't at the top of the draft board. And so there is a reason for it. I mean, think about it. Drew Timme, Hutchinson goes back into the portal and transfers. Shea doesn't get drafted. My goodness gracious, college basketball took a beating at the NBA draft. So Haas, I'm asking you from a coaching standpoint, what's going on with the coaching at college basketball so that they're not showing up at NBA drafts?
The first thing I'm thinking of is when you play, you have to become an adult quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
With that, it comes a lot of responsibility, and you have to adapt quickly, and you're getting trained quicker to be a man or a woman if you're in professional female sports. You're trained quicker to the lifestyle. College is different. You got to go back to the dorm and take tests, and you're playing different games. Professional, it's a whole new environment. So that's number one. Number two, you're playing with people twice your age, so the competition is different. And then three, the game overseas, it's more cerebral. It's more X's and O's. It's more fundamental. And so that's why when we would watch Team USA play against other countries, Spain is doing really well because they're so fundamental. And so that's why Wemby can go and be who he is and come over here, and he's learned so many things. And Luke has learned so many things. And so the foreign players are coming in and showing something different. It's not just athleticism anymore. I'm going to beat you with my brain. I'm going to be cerebral. I'm going to beat you with X's and O's.
I was having this conversation with Rock Lloyd, and so I need to have it with you as well. How would you coach against Denver? I knew that was going to be your reaction, right? But I need to ask the question anyway.
So it's funny you bring that up. So everyone's going to say the Suns are the favorite right now, and you and I were talking about this, about the power of inclusion and including all types of players and skill sets. How is that compared to having a team of all-stars that can all shoot? And it's literally happening in the NBA, a team of all-stars that can shoot. 3 really strong shooters, 3 strong scorers. These are 90, 50, and 45 kind of guys. But Denver's better than them. Denver's better than them. Denver has speed. Denver can go on the fast break. Denver has defense. Denver has glue guys. Denver has high IQ guys. Jokic, you double him, you're going to get punished. You single him, you're going to get punished. You got height. So Denver's the favorite. Denver, no one's going to talk about again, just like this year. And they're going to come back. And if they have that 1 seed, you're not going to beat anyone in the 5-2-8-0.
I think that's, Rock kind of pointed. He said, no, Denver's a team to beat until. But then the curiosity becomes like, this is the time of year for us to be fans.
Yep.
Right? So until camp opens up, you can literally say whatever you want, and there's no problem because you can say, well, I just think that Beal, Booker, and KD present enough problems for Denver that it makes sense, and you still don't have an answer for Jokic. But does Denver have answers for them? Same with Chris Paul now in Golden State, and you remove the pool factor, which was an addition by subtraction.
Mm-hmm.
What does that do in giving them another Hall of Famer?
I feel pretty good. I like the move for the Warriors, Chris Paul. Then I like the move for the Suns to get Bradley Beal. The usage rate can only be 100%. All those guys used to be in the 30s. I doubt you're going to have all those guys 30% of the shots and then 10% for the rest of the team to deal with. Lloyd talks about it. It's the role players that take you over the top. The guys that aren't getting their names plastered all over social media. Aaron Gordon, big 27-point game. Michael Porter Jr. had plenty of big shots. Christian Brown off the bench as a rookie. Didn't see it coming. He had big moments. Then you go to the Suns. Yeah, they got Bradley Beal. The only thing I can think is new owner syndrome. Maybe they're trying to zag and just think we can outscore everyone. But they didn't really fix their depth. There's no one behind Ayton still. You're looking at a Kogi and Cameron Payne as your role players to kind of step in off the bench, which they haven't been great last season. And they never made it to the playoffs before Chris Paul. And you just got rid of him. You can argue that Bradley Beal is maybe a better player than Chris Paul at this point. But Bradley Beal isn't that sharpshooter either. That's going to give you all the spacing in the world. He takes a ton of shots, but he wasn't overly efficient. Last year, he was 36% from 3. His free throws were good, but overall, just 50% from the floor. And again, he's averaging 23 points per game. It's just a guy that I don't know how you're going to split this up. They didn't get a playmaker. So you have 3 elite scorers and you still don't have a playmaker.
Well, see, this is the Brad Beal dude in me coming out.
Okay, let's hear it.
A lot of and Haas understands this. A lot of the conversation with Beal is having to do too much on a team where nobody else could do it. When he was paired with equal level talent, Beal excelled. His efficiency went up, his percentages went up, his defense went up, all of those things, and his playmaking, his assists went up.
Okay.
When you put him with people who could play the game. But if you're asking him to be the guy all the time, if you took KD and put him in Washington over the past 3 years, his efficiency would go down. If you took Chris Paul and put him in Washington, his efficiency would go down.
Mm-hmm.
with the difference between in today's NBA asking star players to carry the team. Just look what it did to LeBron before you went and got him people around him.
Yeah, they weren't even heading to the
It's a
playoffs.
different game now for Bradley Beal. He has to be Bradley Beal. He has to be super Bradley Beal 15 games out of the season for them to excel and be the team that they think he can be. And that's on a night that KD takes the night off, Booker takes the night off, that they don't get big man help in the middle. All of this stuff is in place. Same for Chris Paul and Golden State. You don't need Chris Paul to be Superman Chris Paul for 30 games next to Curry and Clay and whoever else is left. So, yes, I understand people that want to talk down to Bradley Beal about defense and that. Okay, fine. But in Golden State's system, Bradley Beal's defensive skills actually are highlighted. And his ability to stretch. To have a third defender on Bradley Beal, defender 3 on Bradley Beal, and people don't think he's going to be more effective. Who are you going to help off of? My goodness gracious. Like, I think they're all steals. Haas, correct me on any of what I just said.
Nope, 100% right. The thing that people are forgetting about is Booker was a point guard first. So he can go and distribute. He'll be fine with doing 20, 10, and 8 if he wanted to. And then, I need 45 from him one game. Great. Beal, hey, cool.
Right?
No one's giving me attention. Fine.
But do you think this
I'll give
beats?
the ball to KD for the second quarter. I'll start the third quarter. That's fine.
Well, let me ask you this, because you guys are thinking Beal is obviously going to do better efficiency wise with more star players. You asked it before, but is this a route to beat the Nuggets? Because we talked about it. The Suns, I don't want to say term championship or bust, but what they have for picks in the future is slim to none. What they have for salary cap is going to be really tight, especially with new apron tax coming up in about a couple of seasons when it'll actually really kick in. But they're going to be in a drought unless this team doesn't get it done.
That's old NBA business. They'd be in a drought. And in today's free agency, you're never in a drought. The old thinking is that, well, I gave away assets and I'm going to be barren. No, that's literally not how it works now. Like, look at Houston just stockpiling. You have 4 teams that just stockpiled assets by moving old talent and big contracts. The old NBA, you would have been handcuffed. In the new NBA, you're 1 year away. It's just like college sports. I'm a year away in the transfer portal and NIL that I can. If the NBA takes college basketball's business, they're never empty. Their cupboard is never empty because it takes one investment at the right time with the right players that change entire organizations. Which is kind of what boggles my mind about some organization choosing not to get better. That's how you know they're really tanking.
Yeah.
That if in this day and age, where these are all super financial powers, there are no poor teams in the NBA. There aren't any. There's no poor athletic programs in the Big Ten Conference.
Just owners that don't like to spend.
You just have people who get in the way and say, you know what, I would not right now. I'd rather do something else with my money. Hoss?
You guys see the picture of Bronny and LeBron in a Wizard uniform next year?
Yeah, that I was having Michael Jordan flashback. but not in a bad way. I can honestly say in the last 20 years, I have 3 favorite years in Wizards history. One was the year that they had Juwan, Chris at the same time. Right? It looked like something.
Yeah.
And they scared the Bulls.
Yeah, there's a real foundation.
They scared the Bulls and then they did the dumb thing. Year 2 was the Jordan year because that building had magic and electricity in it. It was fantastic to think. And then finally was the John Wall, Bradley Beal run in their second year together where it looked like, oh my goodness, this could be a thing. It's all out there. If somebody said Jordan wants to bring Bronny and pardon me for not knowing the second son.
I don't know. It's
what's Bronny's second son's name? I don't know, but word is that he's actually going to be the better player.
Yeah, because he's taller. Let me pull it up
Well,
now.
his body changed 2 years ago. He went from
Bryce. Yes,
Bryce.
thank you.
Maximus.
Right. Right. If somebody said to me, okay, Washington sports, you're going to get Bron at again, Bron's still Bron, Bronny and his son, I would buy tickets. I would buy tickets just to see what it is. I'm not sure, Haas, if I came to visit DC and you gave me tickets to see this Wizards team with Jordan Poole and this assortment, Kyle Kuzma or not, I'm not sure that I would go.
Yeah, you don't have Porzingis either.
Like I don't know. Haas, how many Wizards games did you go to last year?
0.
Yeah, I thought of that.
Like, go check out anyone that had Russell Westbrook. I'm not like I didn't have super high expectations, but that was a super fun run just to watch Russell Westbrook.
The end of the year run.
Yeah,
I know Haas went to see the Lakers in Washington. like he was not going to see the Wizards. They happened to be playing the Lakers in the Wizards building.
It was the Lakers home arena.
Yeah.
It was all purple.
Yeah, it's always been that way. It's been that way. Back in the Kareem days, the Magic days.
Even recently, I was up there when when the Lakers were bad. When it was like LeBron, Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, when they weren't making the playoffs, and I went to Minnesota Timberwolves game, Target Center, it was all purple. I mean, I couldn't count hardly any Timberwolves fans in there, and that's when they're not even playing that well. They're still taking over arenas.
Yeah, Haas is the reason. Haas is part of the problem.
Oh yeah.
Back to the point though, you get it. The Wizards, they forgot the year Wemby was coming, and they're like, well, let's just go after Bronny and LeBron. Let's just get rid of everyone. Let's just tank now. We didn't get Wemby. We should have gotten rid of Beal and Porzingis. We didn't. Like the Spurs, they mapped this out 3-4 years ago. They had talent to be the 8th seed or the 7th seed in the West. And they're like, nah, there's too many teams above us. Let's trade Murray out. Let's trade the guy to Boston, White. Let's just take all our talent and make us nothing. We can really get that 1 seed and or the number 1 pick. And with that, the NBA changed the odds and they still got it. So I don't know what the Spurs have against the rest of the league if all these number 1 picks that they get just handed David Robinson, handed Tim Duncan, and handed Wemby. It's just, as a Lakers fan, we hate it.
Come on. Think about that. And Kawhi just happens to end up, you know, in the space. And, you get Manu and Tony Parker.
You also give them credit for doing their homework.
Well, I give Pop credit.
The homework to be handed a number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Well, the number 1 picks, but to get some of those other guys.
Well. There's some teams that have had multiple number 1 picks that just absolutely crap the bed for all of those. But I do think. In this case, this is a gift wrap for the end of Pop's run, right? That we let the chief and the champ go out and do his thing. Yeah, he just dropped. And I think that's. And the league hates to say that it would do such a thing, but we absolutely 100% know that, okay, there's benefit in it. Look, the league was really good when the Spurs were at the top of it. The rest of the country ganged together to beat the Spurs because they weren't coastal. They weren't LA, they weren't New York, they weren't Detroit, they weren't Chicago. Oh, San Antonio. It wasn't even Dallas. It was San Antonio. Yeah. It wasn't Houston. Houston, they could have understood. If the Rockets get good again, nobody's going to be bothered.
Probably the smallest market team in
But
Texas,
San Antonio? Have you been to San Antonio?
No, I've never been.
It's a great town. I'm not going to pull a Barkley and go, it's a terrible town with terrible people. No. but it's not LA. It's not New York City. It's not playing at Madison Square Garden. It's not playing at Staples or the Crypto Center or whatever it's called. You don't have the mystique of what was in Chicago, but what you have is a city where it's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything. Welcome back, Hoss.
Yeah, Hoss, we got you back on the line.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Gotta love Sundays and technology.
Oh, good. Yeah, go ahead.
I hear about the Spurs, and for me, the Spurs aren't going to be relevant for probably another 2-3 years. By relevant, I mean being a real threat in the West. Is Golden State still a threat? Because for me, if you have two Splash Brothers, you took away a ball hog, and you brought in someone who plays the same defense as Poole, but actually loves distributing and passing on time, are they a threat again?
Yes.
I like them. I was gonna say it before we were on the last show with Lloyd's and Lincoln. Ramel didn't quite go through it, but Haas wanted to rank the top 4 teams out of the West.
Yep.
As it stands right now, I think you go Nuggets. That one's pretty easy. And then I'm kind of split between Lakers or Warriors on who that second spot is. Because Lakers,
what did the Lakers do?
I think the Lakers were the second best team through the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah, because they got swept by the Nuggets, sure, but I honestly think that team, the way they were built, I like them a lot.
I don't know. I think the Lakers take a step down this year.
We'll see what they do. They need to add a player. So if we're gonna go right now, I'm assuming they're gonna get someone. But I'm going Lakers, Warriors. We'll throw Warriors 2, Lakers 3, and the Suns. I got to see it. I got to see this thing work out. Ayton scares the crap out of me. I don't know what you're going to do. Like, yes, if the goal is to outscore everyone, that is a real possibility, but to assume you're not going to have bad nights, I just don't. The Ayton thing scares me, and you have no one behind Ayton, and you have no one on the bench that can really plug and play.
Well,
all those 3 stars are great players.
If you said to me, okay, you're the Lakers or the Suns or Golden State, and you go and get Drew Timme. Like, you go through whatever you got to go through to get Drew Timme to be your backup, not your star player, not your first round draft pick with all that responsibility and all that burden, or Shea Boy, right? And put them behind and to run with those Hall of Famers on any one of those 3 teams. I kind of like it. I kind of like it a lot. And then if you said to me, okay, we didn't do it this year, but next year I'm going to go get Hutchinson and put him with stars and ask for him to do that Jokic thing. We've seen it. We've seen it in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
Not to that level, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, nobody's at that level, but I mean,
there's glimpses of what you're seeing.
Haas, would the Lakers? Would you take Drew Timme on the Lakers, right?
Of course.
Right?
Flyer.
The Lakers need a 5. They need to move AD to the 4.
Like, wouldn't that do it? Like, wouldn't that give you quality minutes? And then certain nights where he's feeling it, right? The crowd would love him.
Oh yeah, they love their undrafted heroes,
right? So I think there's a way. Haas, give me your 4. Give me your 4 in the West.
So Denver 1 out of respect. Phoenix 2. The team's not done. There's months to go.
Yeah,
they're gonna get people.
Yeah,
they're gonna get people there.
Yeah.
Number 3, wherever Draymond goes. So if it's Sacramento.
Well, Sacramento's currently 3rd. Like, that's,
If Draymond goes to Sacramento, now they're a team that's scarier and they have the experience and they have the edge to them.
Yep.
And then, assuming Golden State doesn't have him, then I'm going to put the Lakers at 4 because I see the Lakers finally making the trade with Indiana, getting Turner, getting Hield, understanding, hey, look, we have to keep Reeves. We have to keep Hachimura. Now we have 4 guys from our team before that we really liked. We added some size and ability for if LeBron's out for a while or AD's out for a while that we're not going to be 2-10. So that's where the Lakers would be for.
Who do they give away? Who do they give away to get that? Because that's the part that people, when they start talking about that Lakers thing, I'm like, well, wait a minute, but who are they giving up to get what they need? And there's a standard to the level of what they need. So you're not just going to hand that over. Indiana's not like, I mean, they've had their moments and they could be in the Hutchinson tank pool for next year, and that's fine. But what do the Lakers have, and what are they willing to give away to acquire that sort of talent?
So now you have to give up 2 firsts. And if signing and training Russell or Schroeder would help Indiana, I don't know if it will. I don't know if Indiana can go flip Russell to somewhere else and get more draft picks. But if Indiana wants to go to full rebuild mode, get an unprotected 2029 or 2030 pick from the Lakers, that's a coveted pick. LeBron's not going to be there in 2030.
Well, as we were talking about earlier, this is year by year. As a matter of fact, it's portion of the season by portion of the season that the Lakers running the wheels off LeBron this year doesn't marry them to LeBron next year. One, it's just assets and movement. So I don't know. This, to me, people said it's Suns championship or bust. It's Lakers championship or bust. If they don't win that thing this year, there is a full implosion because you can't keep Rui and Reeves without LeBron.
Yeah.
Then you're the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like you can't. That is a whole lot.
Even with LeBron gone, like if you're a manager to keep AD, you might think about flipping AD at that
Oh
point.
my goodness!
Who's gonna?
Oh, AD's gonna make you flip. He's gonna make you. But he's gonna. No, I can't be here.
Yeah. Who's going to run
I can't be here,
role
bro.
if LeBron's gone. But that being said, though, we do got to throw it to our first break here on The Breeze. We got Haas on the phone, DP here as always. And again, going all the way up until 1 o'clock. And then we'll put in some replays for all of you watching on Allo. But stay tuned in. The Breeze up next on 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GE Landscape Supply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays? The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council. Y'all feeling lucky? Luke Combs here, and I have an exclusive opportunity for you to win $500,000 by joining me in the Living Lucky with Luke Combs Lottery Experience. When it rains, it pours for lucky fans and lottery players who enter to win a chance of a lifetime. Join me in Nashville for a private concert at the iconic Ryman Auditorium in 2024. One lucky winner will have the chance to walk away with $500,000 at the end of the show.
Details at NELottery.com. Living Lucky with Luke Combs ticket top prize odds 1 in 128,000.
Can I go to the sleepover?
If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk,
visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Beat the heat and make 4th of July truly monumental at Generation V.
Generation V.
This weekend only, Generation V has incredible deals that'll blow you away. Stock up on select disposables as low as $10 and enjoy 25% off all pet products.
Generation V.
July 1st through 4th, experience monumental savings up to 33% off mods, e-liquid, Delta 8, and more. Generation V with 16 Nebraska locations and a new location at 27th and Superior. GenerationV.com. Vapes contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into The Breeze. I am Harrison Arns here with Haas as always. And again, if you guys want to join the show, chime in on the Starter Heyman text line at 402-464-5685, as well as you can watch the stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and Allo channel 951. Tons of way to get our content. You can get all the clips on our social media and all that good stuff there. We went through a lot of NBA, so again, if you want to join in, feel free to do so. We talked about some of the better teams in the West. We talked about some of the trades going down. We haven't really talked about the number one pick so far, and Haas, I'm curious about what you're thinking. Victor Wembanyama, 7'4". These guys were comparing him to the first-round pick in 1983 to the Houston Rockets, Ralph Sampson, the big guy that can run and shoot. But we've seen this happen before with these number one picks. It doesn't always turn out to be what you want it to be. I have my own interpretation of how I think it's going to go for him, but Haas, I'm curious, with your basketball knowledge, what are you seeing for Victor Wembanyama, especially in his first few years in the league?
Has anyone been compared to LeBron in the last 18 years?
Not seriously. I don't think so. Not seriously, I would say.
So the hype for this guy is, hey, he's the next LeBron. Now, it was different because LeBron was here and we'd see him on Sports Illustrated and we'd see him locally. There's that much hype. You're going to have to be that good. If you shoot that well and you're that tall, you're unguardable. And so he was talking and after the draft, he was saying, hey, look, my strength has actually gotten a lot stronger in the last 3 years. Just because I'm not bulky doesn't mean I'm not strong. So to say I need to get bulky is not the right idea for me. My skill set is to be quick and be able to move. If I get bulky, I'm going to lose my ability to get by people. So we've trained a lot, and I'm actually quite strong. So he didn't snap, but he like corrected the reporter, and he's like, just because I look a certain way doesn't mean I'm not strong. And so that was a presence about him that I saw a maturity about him that I was really impressed with. And so if he can do that offensively, and then defensively, he just cleans everything up like Gobert, why wouldn't he be a really good player? So yeah, I'm excited to see what he's going to do. If health is there, then there's no reason why he's not going to be a 10-time All-NBA player.
Yeah, but he's never going to be Gunter. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, Gunther.
Oh, listen. Let me share this with y'all, and y'all will both get a laugh. So, my WWE insider, who, well, there's three, and the funny thing is, I can talk to all three of them the same day about the same thing, and I never get the same information. Right? So I know that somewhere amongst the three is the truth. Right?
Mm-hmm.
because they all have, like, one's super conservative in the way the wrestling business is, one is super liberal, and then one's kind of like, well, we're just doing business. Like, we're just doing business. But two of them told me this thing, and you guys know my reaction to this. I'm just going to say it, and I need for you guys to react. Gunter will dethrone Roman Reigns.
Did you just stand and laugh for 5 minutes?
Hoss, I'm not sure I've ever. I'm not sure I've ever put the combination of curse words together in the order in which I did.
What do you think about that? Gunther taking down Roman Reigns.
Who eliminated Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble?
Gunter.
Yeah.
Gunter.
Yeah. So we don't like him, and I don't know. Maybe they changed their mind on how a wrestler's supposed to look.
Look, if you know how people go on social media and they say, "Okay, let's give this person like another profession."
Mm-hmm.
What is Gunther's profession if he's not a pro wrestler?
How tall is he? He can't be.
I wouldn't put him in basketball.
Chimney sweeper?
Yeah. Like, no, he's on guard at Buckingham Palace.
Exactly what I thought. That's the first thing I thought. Oh my gosh.
Right? Like, he's the guy that never flinches and he keeps the stone face and like he can't really fight, but he looks good standing there. Like, just like that's Gunter.
Gunter running around him so he'll be okay.
Yeah, I just oh man, like or the worst used car salesman.
That's the one. Used car salesman. I could see that lineup. You get your car there and you don't ask questions.
Right. Like, no. He goes, "This is what I want." No, this car's yours. I can't afford it. This is your car. Sign the paper.
Just pushing you along. Not an honest man.
Hoss, listen, man. Seriously, like, does he win Money in the Bank? Am I just predestined to be tortured by this for the next few months? Like, do I need to really just I need to go find my doctor and say I need something for my nerves and my anxiety because all things point to Gunter. We're in Gunter's world and we should just be happy to be there.
Well, it couldn't have been any worse than last year's winner. So with Austin Theory being the winner, that was probably the worst men's winner in a long time.
So would this put together, if say he wins, would this put together the worst back-to-back finishes?
1,000%.
Oh, like that might be it, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, Hoss, can you imagine sitting at the end of a pay-per-view, money that you paid money for? You'd have a new TV after, right?
Well, I think the two favorites are Logan Paul and LA Knight. Depends on the route they want to go. Do they want the fans happy? Then they're going to finally give LA Knight his.
Why? I don't get it.
You don't like LA Knight?
I don't understand. What's his thing? Is he the coolest? Is he just because of his name? Is that what we're supposed to buy into? He doesn't have the best music. He doesn't have the best entry. He doesn't have the best finish. He doesn't have like a moment.
No.
I mean, he lost to John Cena in the opening of the biggest thing ever. I don't know that a world champion has ever lost in the opening fight of WrestleMania and then become Money in the Bank or champion.
I'd rather give it to Logan Paul, and I don't really like that storyline that much either.
But I understand the business behind that, right?
Yeah, his makes
There's
sense.
a lot you could do with Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that either. But I would get it if you said
reach a larger audience with him for sure too.
So Hoss, you're the marketing genius behind WWE. What are you going to do with Logan Paul? as champion?
I mean, it's just a different world that they're not used to. Like all the clicks that he's going to create. That's what it's about. Do that for a little bit. Get him. You're going to get more heat on him than Dom. You get more heat on him than Dom. That's what it's about.
From the text line, we do have Jeremy chiming in, and he just got a point here. He says Gunther is a great heel, clearly gets people talking. So if the idea is get people to root against him, I don't know, but if he wins it, that'd be.
But there are great heels that shouldn't be the greatest. There are tons of great performers that never won the strap.
Yeah, I just don't want my heel to look like another one. Would be like Abercrombie and Finch model.
Yeah,
he's kind of got that.
He's a yoga professor.
I'm trying to sell it for myself.
like he looks like he's going to be there, but he's the angry, like the soup Nazi, except for he's the yoga Nazi, right? Like your core. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in that yoga class. You're just screaming at me.
Professional racquetball player.
Yeah, that's a perfect
pickleball player.
Up and coming pickleball player.
He's the king of pickleball. He's the king. Now you know what? When they remake Dodgeball, he replaces Ben Stiller.
I'm in on that role. All right, I could sign up and be a fan of his if he went that way. I think he's got the character down. He doesn't have to change too much.
I mean, and then the other side, and again, I'm sorry, it's like talking NBA and spending time on Austin Reeves instead of KD. Like Jay and Jimmy and Solo are just recreating it, and then you're going to bury KO and Sammy. You're going to bury Sheamus. You're going to, what are you going to do with Brock Lesnar, for crying out loud? And you haven't Bobby Lashley, and we're talking about Gunther, Dom, and LA Knight. That's what I have a problem with. That's why I can't even buy into AEW, because you're asking me to give real grown-up man fear to dudes that I would really kind of like to be in the closet with one-on-one to beat up. Like, I don't have any fear of them in that space. Like, what are we doing?
So your heel, they can't just be hateable. They got to be hateable, and I don't want to get caught in an alleyway with
Like,
you.
I need to think, wait a minute, this dude's, we're talking about the Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
We're talking about Ric Flair. You're talking about Nikita Koloff. You're talking about the great heels of all time, and this era of wrestling is asking me, can we really, have we seen Gunther and Lesnar go one-on-one? Right? Like, I'm not wrong in that.
No, yeah, we haven't seen it.
Like, we haven't, because to carry, if you're just going to spend 20 minutes of him chopping Brock Lesnar is just going to get that Brock Lesnar laugh and then just punch him in the head.
Yeah.
Hoss, am I wrong about this? Help me.
Yeah, no, it's almost as unbelievable as Liv Morgan beating Ronda Rousey.
Right?
But we wanted Liv Morgan to beat Ronda Rousey.
No, you wanted.
No one wants Gunther.
You wanted Liv. I did not want.
I'm a Ronda Rousey person.
Like, I didn't want. Look, the whole thing has spun since they did it. That was a fail. That was a horrible redirection and fail. At least I can wrap my brain around Bianca going heel and letting her sis come out, right? Her angry sis come out, because that makes it right? But right? Like, we haven't had, think about this. In the year 2023, we've never had angry sis running the WWE women's title.
They're probably too afraid.
Feels like a miss.
Right? Right? Plus a pretty one that's like Cruella and just go all the way.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even go, like, her verbal game, her mic skill, like, you don't even go. She's much better as a heel. The Attitude Era with Bianca Belair will be WWE Women's at its top. But but Haas, I mean, so 2 Money in the Bank winners. I have to set the table because we're going to assume that it's Seth and Roman as the champions going into this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're not going to have it slip unless there's an injury or something. So, Haas will set the table. 2 winners. And Harrison, you can tell me just who you want it to be.
Okay.
So I'll start with Harrison. Harrison, give us yours, then we'll go to break, and we'll let Haas stew on his presentation because I need Haas's pitch to Triple H and Vince McMahon on who should win Money in the Bank for both brands. Harrison, who you got?
I was actually going Triple H.
Okay.
Right? That's a throw because I know that's Haas's favorite wrestler, but I'm growing up. Triple H is up there for me.
Yeah.
He's just a scary guy. It's got to believe. When was the last time he's won?
Well, 3 years ago.
3 years ago?
3 years ago.
Let's see it happen again.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
Haas?
He's got the best story.
Haas, we're going to throw it. I mean, but Harrison, you get 2 because you get 1. Which brand is that? Is that the Raw brand?
Yeah,
or
we'll go
SmackDown
Raw brand.
What do you do with SmackDown? Who's going to face Roman Reigns? Who do you want to see face Roman Reigns?
Can we just see Gunther? I just want to see it now at this point. Let's see it because I do want to get to the text line. Speaking of which, I'll ride with Jeremy here because he's listening with his kid too.
But you're going to have 2 heels.
Okay, that's true.
You're going to have 2 heels, which you can do.
Yeah,
because one of them.
But has that worked out well historically?
Right.
You guys are historians. Has
right.
that worked out well before having 2 heels go at it?
No.
No.
Because one of them has turn face.
Okay.
And we don't like face Brock.
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine Gunther as a face.
We'll have to stew on that. We do got to get to break, though.
Okay.
But real quick, shout out to our texter. Saw him in Lincoln talking about Gunther. So hateable. Also thanks for reading the text. My son Jack is with me and was so impressed. So
Jack.
Shout out to Jack and Jeremy. Appreciate you guys listening to us on The Breeze. We'll throw it to break here. Got one more segment left. So we'll see you guys on the other side.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and text us,
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
This is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Our lives only have so much time. But if you smoke, you have less. Your life can be 10 years shorter. And the time you have is often filled with health problems. Shortness of breath, asthma, COPD, and cancer. But the minute you quit, your body starts healing.
Nebraska Tobacco Quit line. 1-800-QUIT-800-784-864 by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you are someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and do it.
10 years later, age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job, not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters? Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose between getting medicine or groceries. I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse.
Fatherhood Dancing. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and the Ad Council.
You're listening to The Breeze with DT and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. Welcome back to The Breeze. We got Haas. We got DP in studio. Haas online. It's been a great show so far. Talked NBA, talked pro wrestlers. Gunter once again made it to our airwaves. It's been a common occurrence here.
We cannot resist him.
And shout out to our listeners. And sounds like Jack is 7 years old, so let's go get that young listener in here. And thanks for chiming in. And John and Cortland says entertaining. Looking forward to the USTAF Championship. He's a track event. Yep, that'll be awesome. John and Cortland, appreciate you chiming in today. But again, we got a little bit of time left. 402-464-5685. If you want to join the show, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. DP is continuing to just make trying to keep my cool over here. Put it that way. But I believe we're leaving off trying to figure out, what the future is going to hold.
Money in the bank.
In the bank. And let's see. I had Gunter, and then I was looking for. The problem is
Triple H against Roman allows you to at least put somebody else in place after Hunter wins the chip.
Mm-hmm.
Gunter against Seth. Okay, but it doesn't pop.
No, I'm trying to think of names on there. Who's going to pop?
It doesn't pop.
Austin Theory, not really super big on him.
That's the wrong order. If Triple H will ever get cleared for his heart, he has to go against his mentee.
All right, bro. Listen. Right.
Like Seth at the match.
Right. So tell me, come on, Hoss, give it to me. Give me the money in the bank, baby. Give me the money in the bank.
So the money in the bank, unfortunately, looking back in the last 18 years, it's changed. So in 2005, Edge, then Rob Van Dam, Mr. Kennedy, CM Punk. 2010, Jack Swagger, Kane and The Miz. The Miz got the main event. Daniel Bryan and Alberto Del Rio. 2012, Dolph Ziggler and John Cena, and the best Raw ever was when Ziggler cashed in. Sandow and Orton in 2013. 2014 Seth Rollins, the heist of the century at WrestleMania when he comes running down that ramp at Levi's and it takes 20 minutes to get in the ring.
Yeah, right.
And he makes that match against Brock and Roman, a triple threat. Sheamus, Dean Ambrose, and then now it starts to drop. Baron Corbin in 2017.
Ugh.
Braun Strowman, who should be a elite main eventer who hasn't been used right.
Correct.
He got his little bit of a run. Brock Lesnar, Otis in 2020. That was wasted. Big E was a good one, but then unfortunately his health. And then Austin Theory. So what I see with that, and then on the women's side, Carmella, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Asuka, Nikki ASH, and Liv Morgan. It means Money in the Bank isn't what it used to be.
Yeah.
So, how am I supposed to buy into one of these guys dethroning the head of the table?
Well, we did have an unknown texter that said throwing Adam Carricker, he beat them all. So shout out Tommy.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I'm all for getting Carricker into the. I think if his health was good,
he definitely
that Carricker. Well, he's a wrestling dude, so as a matter of fact, he's got the belt. He's been practicing at home. Like he's got his promos ready. Like
he talks on the mic for a living.
Yeah,
so.
Carricker could give you this right now. So, all right, Haas, who you got, bro?
So, again, Logan Paul is going to win Money in the Bank, but the matches that I'd want to see, it's Cody with somebody. So I can go with Cody Seth 4 for WrestleMania.
Okay.
I can go with Cody Roman for the rematch.
Okay.
But fine, you want an answer? Either Logan Paul or Cody against Seth. That's that main event. And it has to be Rock against Roman. It has to be The Rock coming over and being like, seriously, brother, you just took all this that we had and we had the Samoan bloodline, the family, and you just ruined it. No. Sit down, young man. No.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of who's the women's Money in the Bank?
I think it's Trish Stratus. That's who should win it.
Satisfaction guaranteed. I'm
on the shows a lot more, or when she shows up, it's going to be extra exciting. Trish Stratus.
I threw this into Harrison on the break that Amanda Nunes just retired from the UFC, and if you put her in there and she comes out at number 30, and it's just Ronda and Bianca, and then Amanda Nunes,
soul.
Just take my money. Take my money. Take it.
With that being said, we'll wrap it up here. I appreciate Haas calling in, as always being here with us on The Breeze. That happens every Sunday from 12 to 1. And again, we got more ticket content coming up later tonight, so be sure to be plugged in on all our streams, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. That's going to be it for now, though. Appreciate you guys listening, and enjoy the rest of your
Happy anniversary, Bex and DP.
Thank you, brother.